Hello scholars, welcome back to the Chong channel. Right now we're going to look at how to find the area of a shaded sector. So if you look here, this blue shaded area is what we refer to as the area of the shaded sector. So how would we find that? Well, first to find the area of a whole circle, it's pi r squared. So once again, to find the area of the whole circle, it's pi r squared. And so if I wanted to find the area of a shaded sector, which is a fraction amount, I need to figure out what fraction represents the part of the circle that is shaded. And in order to do that, it's always going to be the central angle. So this angle here is called the central angle because it goes through the center. It's central angle divided by 360. 360 is the total number of degrees in the circle. So it's central angle over 360. So this represents what part of the whole circle is shaded times the area of the circle. Now there's two situations that happen in questions on the regents. If I wanted to figure out part of a whole, it could be about the area of the shaded sector, so part, and the whole would be the whole area circle. Another part of a whole situation is the central angle divided by the whole 360 degrees. Okay, so now let's look at a regents question. August 2019, number 12. So first we have circle O. So if I call this circle O, that means I have a center O. So that means angle AOC is a central angle that measures 120 degrees with a radius of 9. The measure of the central angle AOC is 120 degrees. Now we're looking for what is the area of the shaded sector. So now be careful. The shaded sector is this gray portion, which I over-colored it with blue. Now, first part, let's find the area of the whole circle. Now, the formula for finding the area of a whole circle is pi r squared. Well, the radius here is 9, so we plug in pi times 9 squared, which is 81 pi. Now, if I wanted to figure out what is the measure of degrees in the central angle of the shaded part, I would have to do 360, the total circle, minus the unshaded 120 degrees, and that gives me my 240 as my shaded degrees. So that's a trick part to this question. You got to be careful. So the area of the shaded sector is 240, that's the part, over the whole 360 times the area of the circle, which we just found before, 81 pi. So this fraction reduces to 2/3 times 81 gives you 54. We keep the pi. So if you look at the multiple choice, we have that as an answer. Now, when I actually did go through it, and when I just used 120 degrees instead of the 240, this would have been the trap multiple choice. I hope that was clear. Now let's look at another problem here. This is from January 2019, number 14. It says the area of the sector of a circle with radius 15 centimeter is. So in this question, they actually give you the area of the sector. So I drew the picture. It's not necessary, but so you can have a visual here. So the area of this blue sector is 75 pi square centimeters. Now we want to find the central angle. So this question mark is what we want to find. Well, first of all, just like in any other problem, this has to deal with part over whole. But what is the part that they gave us? Well, they gave us the area of the shaded sector, which is 75 pi square centimeters. So the part that we're using here is area. Before we used in the other problem, it was the central angle. Now the whole would be the area of the whole circle. So the formula for finding the area of a circle is pi r squared. So let's plug in the information. Pi times radius squared is 225 pi square centimeters. So that's the area of the whole circle. So we plug that in on the bottom. Area of the whole circle is 225 pi square centimeters. Now, if you remember, anytime on the top and the bottom, when you have like terms, we can cancel them. So pi and pi cancel, centimeter square and centimeter square cancels. So 75 divided by 225, we get 1/3. So what does this mean? This blue shaded part is 1/3 of the whole circle. So what is the total number of degrees in a circle? 360. So 1/3 of 360 is 120, and so that means this central angle here is 120 degrees. I hope that helped. Bye-bye.